What's up, everybody? It's your boy True Element 78 in the building with.
Your reigning and defending Mondo Lucha Hall of Famer. And I usually have something cool to say here, but today I don't. The X-Man, Xavier Mustafa.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am the natural Chris Black, aka the infamous narcissist, and we are back.
And today is Friday, July 12th, and we're here to give you guys your WWE Extreme Rules predictions as well as your AEW Fight for the Fallen predictions. Um, Podcast is going to be dropping later on today. If you haven't checked that out already, be sure to go check us out. Link will be in the description for the podcast episode. And vice versa, be sure to subscribe to the podcast and also be sure to subscribe to us here on the YouTube and follow us on all our fan pages out there on Twitter and Facebook as well. So we're going to kick things off with WWE's Not So Extreme Rules. First thing we're going to kick it off with is the Cruiserweight Championship. Drew Gulak taking on Tony Nese for the Cruiserweight Championship on the line. Drew Gulak taking on Tony Nese. Who do you have? Tony Nese.
Tony New. I'm going with Drew Gulak on this one. I'm a big fan of his. His character is absolutely hilarious.
I'm gonna have to also go with Drew Gulak. No reason to take the title off of him right now. Tony Nese, I liked him during the Cruiserweight Open, but I don't know, he's kind of boring now.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Drew Gulak. He just won the championship. No reason to take it off of him. So I guess Drew Gulak runs the table. Next, we got Aleister Black. Repackaged Aleister Black taking on repackaged Cesaro, I guess. So who do we have?
I'm going with some type of draw on this one. I think if they do this right, some type of draw, double count out, something similar to that, so they can keep this feud going.
You know what? I didn't even think about that, but I would be so for a time limit draw because they don't do that. But I'm definitely, if it's got to be a winner, I'm definitely going with Aleister Black. They're gonna have to put the rocket on this guy. Yeah, so Cesaro, I hate for him to see him take an L, but he could bounce back. Aleister Black, the stage is his right now.
I see Aleister Black taking it. And also see there being a spot in here where he hits the black mass and Cesaro's mouth guard goes flying. I see that being a spot in this match. On the
They'll never compete with the super kick with the hair spot falling out.
Yeah, it just it kind of dawned on me seeing Cesaro sit down with the mouth guard when he confronted Aleister Black that maybe that's why he had it in. It's kind of maybe a tell that mouth guard is going to come into play somehow. So I can see that being like a knockout kick and Cesaro eating the mat, eating the canvas. But I don't think that'll be the end of the feud at all unless Randy Orton comes in and RKO's Aleister Black after he defeats Cesaro.
Yeah, not to be like the Mick Foley thing that he did before and have them, let's do the best out of 7, and then they end up being a tag team. I'd like to kind of see a best of something with these guys, or just a really good series, and culminate at SummerSlam.
Oh, don't worry. You'll get 2 out of 3 falls the following week on SmackDown.
Just as long as they ain't on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown.
Next, you got the SmackDown Tag Team Championship on the line. Daniel Bryan and Rowan taking on the New Day and Heavy Machinery. I'm going to go with Heavy Machinery because I don't think that Daniel Bryan and Rowan were meant to have these titles as long as they've had them. I feel something happened that basically made them have to hold on to these titles for a little bit longer. And I don't really see a direction for the New Day right now because everything is kind of... I feel like the New Day as a tag team is in a holding pattern now that Kofi Kingston is WWE champion. So I can see Heavy Machinery taking it in this match.
I'm going to reluctantly agree and say I also think Heavy Machinery. And I say reluctantly because I'm loving Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan right now. More so Daniel Bryan because Eric Rowan doesn't really say much. I don't think the New Day needs another title run at this time. But I don't know what they're going to do with Heavy Machinery if they get the titles. I think the tag team, it's going to go into obscurity again. So Reluctantly, I think Heavy Machinery is going to win.
I can see Daniel Bryan and Ron.
Rowan.
We got the right one.
Ronan. This is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Whoever his tag team partner is, I can see them holding on to it, but I also can see it going on Heavy Machinery. There's no way in hell that they're going to put it on New Day for reasons that you guys already explained. So between those two, tough one. I'm going to say Daniel Bryan retains just so they can probably do a couple matches with Heavy Machinery and then drop it later.
Okay. Next, we got the Raw Tag Team Championship on the line. And, I really even forgot, like, when I looked at this match, for some reason, I just assumed the Usos were champion and forgot that the Revival were actually the champions. You realize that this is a feud that's been going on ever since the back shaving incident. This has been going on for about 3 months now, and it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it's progressed. The Revival took that little detour to go and deal with Shane McMahon and everything. I don't know. They could have did so much more with this feud with the Revival, helping out Shane McMahon, and then Shane McMahon picking on Roman Reigns. Like this could have been a 6-man tag instead of putting Undertaker and Roman Reigns into a match. It could have been Shane McMahon and the Revival taking on the Usos and Roman Reigns or something like that. I would have much preferred that than this match. And like I said, they haven't been doing anything with the tag team championships on Raw. I still think the Revival may be leaving, but they got a whole year still, I guess, on their contracts or whatever the case is. I don't see any reason to take the belts off of the Revival right now and put them on the Usos, because like we just said about SmackDown, tag team division on either brand. So I see the Revival retaining.
I will say these two are going to have a great match, and I see the Revival keeping it for reasons that you said. I don't think it makes any sense to put it on the Usos right now because, actually, I haven't seen really much of them on TV doing anything of importance. So I'm going to go with the Revival.
I originally marked down the Usos for this just because they're just, I don't know, they seem to have a lot of momentum. But there's no reason for the Revival to lose the titles. But I don't know, stranger things have happened. You know what? I'm going to go with the Usos. I don't know why, but I don't think whatever they try to do with the Revival to get them to stay, I think they know that it's not going to work. So they're just going to stop playing around and stop doing the fake push that they're doing. I think they're going to take the titles off of them. Side note, did you guys see the picture of The Miz and the Usos looking like they're about to drop a mixtape?
No, I haven't seen that yet. You have to send me that.
Okay.
The only picture I saw was on a page looking hot on a balcony, and I saw the Corey Graves on Carmella picture where she was sitting on his lap, and Carmella was looking amazing.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, and I also saw the picture of Billie Kay. Billie Kay low-key is hotter than Peyton Royce.
When she's like, I don't know, not in her wrestling gear, I don't know, she just looks funny.
Who, Peyton Royce?
When she's in gimmick.
Who, Peyton Royce?
No.
Oh, Billie Kay?
Billie Kay just looks funny.
Yeah.
Like funny face.
Yeah, her wrestling gear. Her wrestling gear, she looks like she could be the daughter of Vicky Guerrero. Next up, we got the SmackDown Women's Championship on the line. Bayley champion defending against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross in a 2-on-1 handicap match. If Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross win, they become co-women's champions.
I'm gonna go with Bayley because reasons. I don't know. Alexa Bliss, no. Nikki Cross, no, not her time. Although the odds are stacked against Bayley, I think Bayley's gonna come out with the win. I think they have something big planned for her for SummerSlam. Possibly Charlotte. Mustafa's favorite.
I'm trying to think. I want to go with Bayley, but now that I actually think about it, like just now thinking about it, Maybe they do put it on Alexa and them just to have the conflict between them two, but then they just kind of built Bailey a little bit. So I don't see that happening either. So I'm kind of up in the air about this one, but I'm gonna keep my original prediction and say Bailey.
Let's say plus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross are Raw people technically, as if the brand split means a damn nowadays. But
I say Bailey's gonna win. I don't see Alexa's not reliable. It's been a lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of start and stops. Ever since she was technically cleared to wrestle back in October, I think Alexa Bliss has only had 5 or 6 matches on television, and none of them went over like 4 minutes. So, her as champion, what the hell do you really do with her? I don't know when Nia Jax is supposed to come back from her double ACL surgery or whatever the case may be. Maybe Bailey wins and Nia Jax makes a return and knocks her out with her punch or something, Give her another mountain to climb. Maybe Shayna Baszler comes up and chokes Bailey out. That I would need to change my draws.
right,
if that happened, because I would cream everywhere. But I'm going with Bailey retaining in this match, and Alexa and Nikki can go off and do whatever it is that maybe the WWE has planned for them, but it is the WWE where nothing is ever planned. Next up, we got Braun Strowman taking on Bobby Lashley, and the continued escalation of their feud. We started with an arm wrestling match, and then we've made it all the way to a last man standing match. I am going to go with Braun Strowman winning this. And if Braun Strowman doesn't win, it should be a draw. That they both knock each other out. But I'm going to go with Braun. I've been following Braun on social media. He looks like he's in the best shape of his entire life. And for him to get in this type of shape, I feel like a push is coming. And I know Paul Heyman is a fan of Braun Strowman. And the rumor is that he wants to build Braun Strowman back into the monster that he once was, because he was one of the most wasted superstars of 2018, in my opinion. So hopefully we get the return of the monster and not this whimpering whatever the hell he was. He went from freaking something from Narnia's closet or whatever to freaking real monsters.
I'm going with my boy Lashley.
You think Leo Rush makes an appearance in this match to help Lashley?
No. I think the Leo Rush boat has sailed on the WWE. I don't think we're going to see that dude ever again.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go with Braun Strowman. Just like True said, I heard that Paul Heyman really wants to push him and possibly even make him a Paul Heyman guy. Possibly. But that's just rumors. But I definitely think that Braun Strowman, this would be the match to kind of build him back up as a monster, at least start to build him back as a monster. Only problem is he's going to have to sacrifice Bobby Lashley. And I heard Bobby Lashley hasn't signed a new deal yet. So, I don't know when his deal is up, but he hasn't signed a new deal yet. So they might be burying him.
I heard he wants to go back and do more MMA, so I don't know.
Which they don't need to bury him to do that, but whatever. Yeah. I think I would say at this time I think Bobby Lashley should win, but I think Braun Strowman is going to win.
Right. Next up, we have the United States Championship on the line. Ricochet, the champion, taking on AJ Styles in what should be a spectacular match.
I'm going with AJ Styles. That may be unpopular, but I think that Ricochet, in order to get some kind of character out of him, he needs to be chasing in an underdog and going up against the club. He has to go through the other guys, even though he already went through them once. But yeah, I think he needs to climb a mountain, and I think AJ Styles would look really good as champ walking around with his 2 bodyguards with him. So I'm going to go with Styles.
I'm not seeing a Ricochet chase him, but I don't think they need to do another hot potato with that title again. So I'm going to say Ricochet rubbing another one out on this one. Oh, sorry. Bad Ricochet joke.
What did you guys? I know this isn't the podcast or episode or whatever. How did you guys feel about them giving away Ricochet pretty much already running through the club away on Raw?
I think it was dumb. Like they don't know. Like again, they don't know what long term booking is. Apparently, I don't know why they wouldn't have saved that. But again, whatever.
I'm gonna go with Ricochet retaining here and then doing a dumb baby face thing. He wins. He stands around the ring, gets his arm raised, and then takes a beat down.
You know what? It'd be a nice swerve if what if there was a double turn? Not to say like this would ever happen, but if the club turned on AJ because maybe they were just screwing up the anyway because he's not the real AJ, and it's Ricochet that's the new quote unquote leader.
It'd be an interesting swerve. That's what I thought was going to happen when AJ turned around and smacked Ricochet. That's actually what I was expecting to see. But it didn't happen, so I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. Next up, we got Roman Reigns and The Undertaker taking on Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre in a no-holds-barred match.
God, please put a bullet in Shane McMahon and anything that he's a part of. Roman Reigns and The Undertaker over on this one is my prediction.
God. Yeah. I don't know. I actually can go either way, but I think that they're going to kind of dial back on Shane McMahon, and they've already ruined Drew McIntyre, so why not just give this win to The Undertaker and Roman Reigns? Although, no holds barred match really, really, really is on the side of the heels because they have Elias, which is the wild card. There's a lot of shenanigans that could happen during this match that could actually, cause Undertaker and Roman Reigns to lose. But I'm going to go with them because WWE booking.
This is actually the most difficult match probably on the card to predict. I would give it to Roman and The Undertaker just because it's The Undertaker and being involved in it. And he's been getting a lot of shit. And even if he looked good in this match and they lost, he would still get shit for the loss. He could do everything perfectly in this match. And if they lose, that's all people are going to talk about is The Undertaker. Roman Reigns has been playing second fiddle, and he's supposed to be the main person in the feud. Now, you mentioned how the no holds barred, is in favor of the heels, but you got to just remember how many people Shane McMahon has fucked with over the past several weeks. So now you got KO, you got The Miz, got everything evens out in the end, because Lashley is preoccupied, Baron Corbin is preoccupied, the Revival is preoccupied. So really, the only free man is Elias. So it'd be Shane, Drew, and Elias. Oh, and Ziggler, I guess, against Roman, The Undertaker, The Miz, KO. all the.
Actually, if KO gets involved and causes Shane McMahon and Drew to match, I could see Shane and KO having a match going into SummerSlam and maybe keeping Shane far, far away from the WWE title.
Right. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to go with Roman Reigns and The Undertaker. Next up, we got Kofi Kingston defending the WWE Championship against Samoa Joe. And off top, I'm just going to say Kofi Kingston ain't losing that belt to no Samoa Joe.
Nope, because they treat him like a Samoan hoe. That's why. Oh, yeah. Kofi Kingston for the win.
Yeah, Kofi Kingston for the win. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to put it on Joe, but I was having I guess you can say, a discussion on Facebook about Kofi Kingston today, and I just feel like they have not booked anybody as a legitimate threat to Kofi Kingston.
Is there another
Joe should be?
Is there another show between now and SummerSlam?
Nope.
Yes, I thought it was one.
Okay.
No, there's not. The next August is always SummerSlam.
Because what if there's no clear decision in this match? What if Samoa Joe does something and gets himself disqualified, or Kofi gets? I don't know. Maybe maybe. I don't know if they want to stick a fork in this feud or whatever they're calling it, but I don't know. Maybe they do. So Kofi for the win.
Yeah, they need to fix that Kofi situation. Well, they got to fix the Kofi situation and the chain. What's his name? Seth Rollins situation, because they haven't been booked against anybody that we actually believe is going to take the title for them. And right now, Brock Lesnar is the only person that would do that, I think, right now. But you can't have him on every show. So
their SummerSlam matches need to be top shelf, top notch, fire. They have to be.
So next up, we got the winner take all match as Seth Rollins, the man's man, and the man Becky Lynch take on Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin. If either Becky or Seth gets pinned by either Lacey or Baron Corbin, both championships, the Raw Women's Championship and the Universal Championship, go over to Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans.
This is the most pointless match in the card. Of course, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch is walking away with their titles.
I second that.
Seth and Becky retain.
Just
nothing more needs to be said. I would just love to see the tears of the fans if Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans actually pulled it off. I think that would be fucking epic, and give Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff that to work with going forward.
I mean, to be honest, that would be a shocker that no one would see coming, and I could see WWE pulling something like that. But why? All you know is the belts are going back to Becky and Seth.
So
probably the next night.
And that's probably how they would boost the. It's one of those catch-22 things, you know, because they could do that and hope that they get a boost on Monday Night Raw from it, or they could maintain the status quo. Seth Rollins has felt like he's going down ever since the whole relationship between him and Becky has become a storyline. Becky's become a little bit more elevated, but I think them announcing a relationship on Raw and bringing it up every 30 seconds has not helped anyone. Everyone feels less than now. Like, this doesn't even feel like we just ran through the whole card, and I know we're doing this one last. I don't feel like this is going to be the main event. The main event is really going to be Roman and Undertaker versus Drew McIntyre and Shane McMahon.
Yeah, that was going to be my question. What do you guys think is going to close this show? And yeah, I think Undertaker and Roman Reigns.
If this does close the show, I do believe that then Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin have the possibility of actually winning it, though.
That would be insane. Then Brock must cash in on Baron Corbin.
And that's the other thing that's kind of funny to me is that Baron Corbin, I wish that Paul Heyman, because when Paul Heyman came out to do his whole spiel on Raw and he's talking about spoilers and Brock's going to cash in on Seth or he's going to cash in on Kofi, I wish he had thrown like Baron Corbin's name in there. And you know how they do those silly backstage interviews where they're like, hey, I would have loved to see one of them run up on Baron Corbin like, hey, Paul Heyman said that Brock may cash in on you at Extreme Rules, and just to see the fear in Baron Corbin's eyes that he's damned if he does, he's damned if he don't. Because they said this is his last chance to take the belt from Seth, so he needs to win it. But then if you win it, you know that ass whooping is coming. So I don't know. But now moving on to AEW's pay-per-view, and I'm glad we did wait to discuss the AEW show because they did add some matches to it. I'm actually trying to find the matches that they added to it right now.
I have a total of 8. How many are you think you got?
I have 8 as well, but they added a Sunny Kiss match to the card.
I've got that.
Who
All right, so let me ask you this: who show? Because these are all Saturday, right?
no,
Isn't it?
Extreme Rules on Sunday.
Sunday.
I mean Sunday, but isn't it two Saturday, right?
Yeah, we
It's
got
Evolve
this
and
and the
Evolve and
AEW.
Evolve show.
AEW.
All right, which one are you guys watching
I'm
live?
watching AEW first, and then I'm gonna watch the Evolve on the replay.
Yeah, because it's recorded. It's there.
Right? It's on the network. I can always get that later. I don't have to go searching for Fight for the Fallen or Fight, yeah, for the Fallen.
Yeah. Maybe I'll let you take. Oh, actually, did I find it? Yeah, I found it now. Okay, there we go. So, kicking off the AEW show, we're gonna have Sunny Kiss versus Peter Avalon with Liver Bates. So that's Sunny Kiss taking on the male librarian. I see Sunny Kiss taking it.
I think Sunny Kiss is also gonna take it. I think the Peter Avalon is, I don't know, maybe what their version of enhancement talent. So I think Sunny Kiss is gonna get the win. Maybe they need to do some more with his character.
I'm going with the Undertaker. Oh, sorry, wrong show. Sunny Kiss. Going with Sunny Kiss on this one.
All right. Next up, we have a 6-man tag: Joey Janela, Jimmy Havoc, and Darby Allin taking on MJF, Sean Spears, and Sammy Guevara. It's also on the kickoff show.
Wait, they're on the kickoff show?
Yep.
MJF?
Yep.
Yes.
It's called the buy-in. That's what they call their kickoff show, is the buy-in. This is to convince you to purchase the pay-per-view. So I think that's why they're putting these guys out there on Front Street, because these are the big name. These are going to be the big names for AEW that they're going to try and build up. So
And
That's a slippery slope.
no, this is how they showcase them. This is how they showcase
this is
them.
much better than what we got at Fighter Fest for a kickoff.
I know, but I think this MJF is just too talented of a guy to be on the pre-show. But I guess I understand. Yeah, you want to put your best foot forward, but okay, all right. I'm going with Team MJF.
Yeah, because think about it. I think for the last couple AEW shows, MJF has not been pinned, but he also has not won his matches. So I think this is his opportunity that his team's going to win this match. Because remember, wins and losses mean anything for AEW.
I see Joey Janela, Jimmy Havoc, and Darby Allin winning, and MJF getting on the mic and talking smack, because that's much more entertaining than if MJF wins.
What if we see a random run-in by Enzo?
Oh.
And I actually think that Sean Spears takes the pin. He's going to be the guy that gets pinned, and MJF is going to go off on Sean Spears. I can see that. Because, like you said, he hasn't been pinned. He hasn't been pinned, but he hasn't won either.
Right.
So to keep that trend going for MJF, because wins and losses matter. It doesn't matter who took the pin. It's still an L, and it's not his fault that this crap keeps happening to him. So I don't know. You could also end up having maybe Cody Rhodes getting involved, even though he has his match later on in the night. Because you should definitely be seeking some revenge after that chair shot.
Right. Exactly.
So next up, we get to the main card. We're going to have Britt Baker and Rio taking on Bea Priestley and Shoko Nakajima.
Britt Baker.
Yep. Britt Baker needs it. She's going to be one of the faces of the company. So there's no reason for her to keep losing.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Britt Baker and Bea Priestley.
Next up, they have listed that Chris Jericho is going to be on television with a live mic. So I say entertaining.
I thought he wasn't coming because the shows were free.
I don't know. It still got him listed. So who knows?
Okay.
Who do you think is better with a hot mic, just going off the head, KO or Chris Jericho? You think Jericho's going to be more entertaining than KO was on SmackDown?
I think KO's better. Not by a whole lot. It wasn't like he would just murder Chris Jericho or anything.
No. But in this day and age, I think Kevin Owens definitely got a little bit more of an edge.
He's a little more relevant
Right.
than sure.
Maybe he's
Or
just
up to
gonna. Maybe
date.
Jericho's just gonna read off his 1,001 holds again.
Armbar.
In alphabetical order. Next up, we got the Dark Order, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson taking on Angelico and Jack Evans and Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy to advance to All Out for a chance at a first round bye in the tag team tournament.
The Dark Order obviously is going going with the win on this one. And I want them to pin Angelico and Jack Evans because they some flippy bastards. So.
Yeah, I want the pin on Jack Evans and them. However, I'm gonna go with Team Luchasaurus.
Yeah, I was gonna go with Team Luchasaurus.
What? Really?
Give
I
them
don't know. They're building. They've been already doing the Dark Order gimmicks at the end of the matches where they jump everybody. So I think the push is with them.
But that's why I said Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy win this to get the bye. Because this is to get a first round bye. Give them the bye.
But then the Dark Order's out the tournament.
No, they're not out of the tournament. This is just the first round bye. I think they're doing a round robin tournament.
Oh, okay.
I think. I'm not 100% sure. But I would still give it to Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy and give them the first round bye. Because what does Dark Order need to do if they have a bye? There's no point in them showing up for the rest of the tournament to jump people. That's how I view it. I see them losing and then messing around in the actual championship match or something crazy like that. But for them to win, I don't really know. I don't know where you go if you give them the win there, especially a legitimate win. Maybe if they do their whole lights out jump people thing or kidnap people or whatever the case may be, then they win. But I'm still gonna go with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy just for the entertaining factor of it.
I can see the tag team going. Dark Order wins their matches or whatever. They end up in a bracket with the best friends who they've been having problems with. They beat them, and then I don't know. Maybe they go down to like the Lucha Brothers or something, who I think will win the tournament.
All right. Next up, we got the Lucha Bros, Pentagon Jr. and Phoenix taking on SCU, who's going to be Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian with Christopher Daniels on the outside.
Going with the Lucha Brothers because I think they're to be the first champions. It's going to be an amazing match, I will say.
Yep, I'm going with the Lucha Bros as well.
I'm going to go with SCU. I'm going with Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian. Like, as much as I love the Lucha Bros, I feel like Scorpio Sky and Frank Kazarian are somebody that they could build around, as well as the Lucha Bros. This could really go either way, but I'm a huge fan of Scorpio Sky now. Like, so
yeah, that's true.
So I would push them because I believe they're actually younger. Like, I know Phoenix is young, but yeah, I think Scorpio Sky and Frank Kazarian are somebody that you could build upon and really build up that tag team division. That's one thing about wins and losses mattering and them putting a focus on tag team wrestling. You get matches like this where it could go either way. Like, both teams are teams that you could build around for a division. So I'm gonna go. Actually, now that I think about it, though, Pentagon and Phoenix already had a loss to Matt.
Oh yeah,
Jackson
the Young Bucks.
to the Young Bucks. So do you want to keep them losing? It's
hard to pick winners when wins and losses matter.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go with Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian. Yeah.
So I say they kind of put themselves in the corner with that. Wins and losses matter. Let's put all of our good people together in matches.
But it makes it interesting. You see, it makes it interesting. You don't know who's going to win.
Right.
I like that.
It actually makes it like how WWE does have gambling now, right, on their matches.
Yeah.
Like how AEW is. I think AEW, this wins and losses thing is going to make it even more interesting to gamble
except for some of the obvious matches. There are two very obvious matches I'm looking at right now. That's easy. You can easily pick who's
And
going
I'm
to
pretty
win.
sure the next one is one of those matches. We got Kip Sabian taking on Adam Hangman Page. Adam Hangman Page for the win.
Right. Sorry, Kip Sabian, but now is not your time. Adam Page for the win.
Xavier Mustafa.
I'll go with Page.
Next, we got Kenny Omega taking on Cena. Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega. After 20 V triggers, he's going to put him away with the one-winged angel.
You know what? Just to be different, I'm going to pick. No, I'm picking Kenny Omega.
Let's do a drinking game. Every time he hits a V trigger, take a shot.
See, and that's one thing I want to hear somebody on commentary now. They gotta pull it out like New Japan. Vitra! I want to hear JR do it. I want to hear JR just lose his shit.
He hurt himself trying to say that.
Yeah, Michael Cole be like, vintage. No, I'm just kidding.
Next up, another one. Brandy Rhodes taking on Allie.
You know, this was kind of hard because Brandy Rhodes don't want to be no scrub either.
Yeah, but she's also not going to be a champion. And if she does become champion, she instantly, in my mind, becomes Stephanie McMahon.
Okay. Well, I've got Allie for the win, but
she already reminds me of Stephanie McMahon, just Stephanie McMahon with soul.
Dude, I'm loving that. I'm just talking about Stephanie. I'm loving that video you sent me through Instagram.
Oh, her doing the floss.
Yes. Dude, I've always said Stephanie can get it.
Did you watch Carmella's response to her doing the floss?
No.
All right, because she called.
Was it a good floss? Or was it awkward?
Carmella's was better than Stephanie's, but you know.
Stephanie was looking like, give it to me, daddy. Like.
But next up, we have Cody and Dustin Rhodes taking on the Young Bucks as the main event.
I can't call this one. I honestly cannot call the winner of this match.
It's kind of obvious who the winner of the match is. If wins and losses matter, the Young Bucks are taking it because Cody and Dustin aren't an actual tag team.
Then Dustin takes the pin.
I would rather predict how many super kicks are going to be in this match.
How many Dustin Rhodes is going to eat?
Yeah, you know what? But you know what? Dustin Rhodes, just knowing him, he's going to slow the Bucks down just a little bit, make them do some work. I don't know. This match is going to be awesome. But, the only way that the Young Bucks is winning is if they pin Dustin Rhodes. They're not pinning Cody.
I can see the Bucks losing. I can see Cody doing the job to him.
I can't.
So
but it'd be kind of, you know what? It'd be kind of odd though. Like the three executive vice presidents, and Dustin eats the pin.
Right. That's why I think Cody will take it.
Yeah,
he'll take one for the team.
True that.
He took that chair shot, bro. He's done enough.
You guys think there's going to be any destroying of thrones this show?
Nah, this ain't a pay-per-view. They're not putting the budget behind this show for props.
But they are pissed off because of the Evolve shit, so they might shoot. They might fire shots.
Somebody's gonna have on an Evolve or Die shirt.
They're gonna do a skit where they remove people with WWE t-shirts.
Yeah, so I don't know. Who'd you guys pick? You said everybody said that the Young Bucks are taking it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, those have been your WWE Extreme Rules predictions and your AEW Fight for the Fallen predictions. I don't think we're gonna do a review show for this pay-per-view, but you can check us out the following weekend when we do our podcast episode and we discuss everything that's been going on in Raw and SmackDown and everything that's continuing to go on as AEW moves towards their television debut in the fall and their all-out pay-per-view in August. Thank you for listening to Saturday Night SlamCasters. Guys, go ahead and give out your social medias.
At Xavier Mustafa on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
I am at The Natural Chris Black on Instagram and Facebook. And on Twitter, it is _natural_. _CB. And Twitter is probably going to be very busy with all these pay-per-views. As you all know, I do live tweet all my thoughts and opinions during the pay-per-views.
Oh, and also let you guys give out some church announcements real quick. I know we're doing it a little bit out of order, but go ahead and give out your church announcements.
I just want everybody to know that Legacy Pro Wrestling will be returning live to the X-Ray Arcade on July 20th. We will also be back there on August 17th. And those two shows are all leading up to our big show, our Bound for Glory, our big show, Showcase the Champions, which is going to be coming from the Root River Center on September 20th. Champions from all across the Midwest coming in, and so it's going to be an awesome show. Tickets for all of these shows you can find at legacyprowi.com. Again, it's legacyprowi.com. You can also find them on our Facebook, which you can find at legacyprowi.
Okay. And for those of you living in the La Crosse area or the surrounding areas, I will be at the Gravediggers Slamathon at Galesville Championship Riverside Resort in Galesville, Wisconsin on August 2nd and August 3rd. So it's a 2-day event. Afternoon shows at 3 p.m. And RCCW has their anniversary show, their 5th anniversary show on August 9th in La Crosse. Details on my Facebook and Instagram and Twitter accounts.
And just to remind everybody that on 7/20, Chris Black will be wrestling. He'll be taking on the rookie LT Marston in his first ever match. So if you want to see Chris Black get those hands.
Pay attention to
Make sure
social media. I have a special little message I have for LT Marston. So be on the lookout. I'll drop that the next day or so.
And also, you guys can find out where these guys are going to be appearing. And when I step out of the house, it'll also be on our Facebook page at Saturday Night SlamCasters. Like I said, be sure to like, share, subscribe. We appreciate all the support that we've been getting over the past several months. We just hit episode 20 now, so we can pat ourselves on the back. It's been some rough goings outside of the podcast and on the podcast, especially when the product that we had to review over the past several months has been caca. But hope is on the horizon, but also more work is on the horizon. So we want to continue to grow. We want to continue to thrive and continue to bring you these episodes. So like I said, continue to support us, and we'll continue to be here for you and your wrestling needs. Like I said, we're up out of here. You've been listening to Saturday Night SlamCasters. Come get slammed. Holla at your boys. Peace.